I've never felt one before, but I feel as rough as a badger's arse, I think is the saying.
Yeah.
I don't know, I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning with a cold.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, not feeling great. How are you feeling? Are you any better than me? Are you feeling any better, mate?
Well, I don't feel as rough as a badger's arsehole, but I just feel permanently tired the last few days. But whatever, innit?
Yeah, whatever, mate. We troop on, we soldier on. We get that content out there for you, don't we?
It's a pretty class and exciting start, though. I mean, everyone's probably buzzing now. I'm knackered. You got a cold. Whatever.
Shall I carry on with that accent? That sort of Sean Dyche accent? You alright, lads?
No.
Yeah, okay. It's good because I think it's a bit that little gravel kind of that kind of wrecks your throat a bit, doesn't it? By the end of it, I'll probably be feeling even worse. But yeah, we've got an action-packed, jam-packed, amazing show for you today, guys. So stay tuned and listen. Is that any better? Has that added anything to it then? No.
Nah. That makes it sound false.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Right. Anyway, after that good little email, what a badger's arse is that? I mean, why are they the rough things that you compare them to? Why are badger's arses? And their arses, why?
I've never seen one.
Dog's tongue or something like that. They're supposed to be rough, aren't they?
They don't seem that rough. I guess there's rougher.
All right. Okay. But if answers on a postcard, guys, why is a badger's arsehole known as like that? That's the pinnacle of roughness in our society.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that are dry, aren't they? And I don't never understand it. Someone said to me, as dry as an otter's pocket, or as wet as an otter's pocket, or dry as a duck's arsehole. But I don't understand if that's dry or wet, because the things that are in the water, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not really adding much to this conversation today. I mean, I'm the one that's got the cold, and you're just staring blankly at me.
I got no answer. You're asking me for answers to questions I don't know the answer to.
Well, I don't know. I've just heard someone say it, and I thought, shouldn't that be wet?
I'm pretty sure badgers have got rough arseholes because when other forest animals get horny, they're like the local prostitute.
Right, here we go. This is he's back to his normal brilliant best now, making up shite. There you go.
Well, you asked for it. So that's what happens. What was the other one? Repeat your other one. I'll make something for that.
Okay, otter's pocket and duck's arsehole. Are they wet or dry?
Otters are like the pimps, so they sell the badgers.
Yeah, but are they wet or dry?
That's why they got big. They're very wet. Because they don't deal in money like we do. They deal in stuff from that they get out the river. Yeah. So it's really wet because they've got loads of money in.
I can see that. So they're putting getting soggy branches from the river, and they're putting that in the pocket, and that would make it wet, wouldn't it? Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Ducks arseholes.
Ducks arseholes. What's the saying? I don't never heard
the
saying
again. Are they wet or dry? I'm asking you.
Well, I think it could go either. You could say they're wet because they get in, or because they seem like they stick their arse in the air, don't they? As well when they're swimming. So I guess it could go either way, whatever you want. Depends what you want to make up.
I think that's the one I feel like I've heard both ways. So maybe that's why, because some people see it. It depends which way you see things. Okay, all right. Yeah, let's move on to emails then.
Yeah.
Right, I've got a couple here. First one here says, it's just from your mate again. Is it true that you're scared of Voldemort?
That's the worst one I've heard. No, I don't even like Harry Potter, so
would you be scared
far away
if you were Harry Potter?
Would I be scared of him if I? Nah, because I'm fucking solid. And if I was me with Harry Potter's wizard craft, then that'd be a piece of cake.
All I'd be thinking of is, mate, I'm not being funny, but you got put in a coma by a baby.
Yeah. So, was it Harry Potter who did him when he was a kid?
Yeah, he did him in, man.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm not being funny, but I think I'm a bit stronger now than I was then. And
not even a kid, he was a baby.
Yeah.
And he put him in a coma.
That's like
a really bad coma as well. Yeah, pussy old lady. Right, next one. Is it true that you sometimes you sleep on the settee as like a little treat, like every now and then?
Well, it is a treat, but I don't do it as a treat. I just sit down, and as I said, I'm permanently tired, so I just think, well, I'll fall asleep then. But I don't have the chance to fall asleep very often lately.
You're depressing me. You're permanently tired. You sound old.
For the last 2 or 3 days. That's all.
Is it true that you once left a box of chocolates as a gift for an Airbnb host, but then when you checked the app, you'd been charged for removal of personal property and given a negative review?
Where was this?
I don't know. It says, that's all the email says. Where have you stayed in Airbnbs?
Not that I can remember.
That'd be annoying though, wouldn't it, if it happened to someone?
What did it happen to you?
That's happened to me, no?
Maybe the person that emailed an Airbnb.
Pardon?
I've robbed stuff and then left them in Airbnbs, so I've left more than I.
That's what the email's saying. You've left a box of chocolates as a gift for the host, but then they've charged. Then instead of them taking it as a gift, they've charged you to remove it, and then they've also left you a negative review.
No, anything I've left in Airbnbs for them, they've always kept.
Okay, fair enough.
They don't ask to return, do they? They're like, "Oh, I'll keep that." If you take something, they're right in your case.
Well, these ones were like that. They were like they didn't take it either way.
Well, these ones didn't happen today. This one isn't true. So.
Yeah, true. All right, that's all the emails.
I've just got one for you, and it's a suggestion.
God. There's one entry today.
Hey Google, stop.
What's the entry?
Oh, I don't want people to know what my entries are. That could have been embarrassing.
There's only one. I
forgot that we now do the podcast at 8 o'clock.
I'm pretty sure the entry is just to keep you awake, wake you up for the podcast which started.
Probably. It says you've got one entry. Podcast starting in 15 minutes.
Yeah, that needs to be changed.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so just one email for you, and it's more of a suggestion. You've been doing your new vlogging stuff.
Got a new camera.
You asked me for a suggestion. All right, class. And someone else just wanted to give you a suggestion.
All right, good.
It doesn't sound like the most uplifting one, but it could be uplifting. It doesn't start off on a good note anyway. Go to the graves. Okay, right. It gets better. Of men who have won the Victoria Cross and reflect.
Oh, no,
that's what I want you to do.
Let's put it this way.
Then are you going to make it funny?
Yeah. Well, put it this way. Even if I could make it funny, the one video I did post and got a comment on was trying to show Birmingham's a good place, and even then I got people slagging it off.
Yeah.
Imagine me going on graves and talking about the war and stuff. People wouldn't be happy with that.
I think some people would be. Some
people would be. Yeah. It depends on your point of view, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But some people are like, oh, you're disrespecting them. Some people are like, yeah, it's good that you...
You're remembering them, aren't you?
Remembering. Well, yeah, it depends on your point of view, doesn't it? But I can imagine that's going to get some negative press. And how do I make that funny? It's not really very funny, is it?
Positive though, can't you? Still make it positive, can't you? It doesn't have to be the whole segment, does it? It can just be like you doing some funny bits, and you just think, just a little pause in the segment. Just going to stop off at this guy who won a Victoria Cross. I just want us to think about this now. Finish,
to be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to do that.
Okay.
To be honest with you, thanks for emailing in. I mean, I appreciate all the help and advice, but definitely going to do that one.
I've also emailed in.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
So, just want you to imagine this.
Yeah.
You're fighting a mosquito, right?
Yeah. Right.
Think about them; they're really little, so not very. But pack a punch for the size. You're fighting this mosquito.
Yeah, they do. To be fair,
When a mosquito your own size comes up to you and says, "Why don't you pick on someone your own size?" What would you do?
I'd be quite shocked, to be honest with you. It would be hard for me to react naturally because I'd be so shocked that I see a mosquito that size. What is it? I wouldn't. Yeah, I'd have to. You know, I wouldn't back down from a challenge.
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right then. You want some? I'll give it you.
You could probably suck all your blood out in one go there.
Probably could, but I'm not sure that you could, because the main thing about mosquitoes is not that they're hard, is that they're stealthy. Yeah. And he loses all that stealth in that size. You know what I mean?
So what are you going to do? How are you going to beat it up?
First I'm going to break that fucking beak off you bastard face. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Once that's gone, what's he going to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
Once that's snapped in half. And it's not going to be that hard. How long's that going to be? It's going to be like a golf club, that is. Snap a golf club in half really easily. Do that all the time when you get mad.
Yeah.
So, all you got to do is you go in there. So, guys, if you're ever faced with a human-sized mosquito, go in there, snap the beak in half, and then you can do whatever you want then. It's game over.
Especially if you got onto its wings. Get its wings, snap its
wings aren't going to be strong, are they? I mean, you do that. You do that slowly. There's a little bit of a laugh. Then you've already won. You've already won the fight. Then,
and then at the end you go, "That's what happens when you try to mess with me."
Yeah, stand over.
Yeah.
He
won't be picking on anyone his own size.
He won't be. We'll be dead when I finish him. But definitely won't. For any other life-size mosquitoes that were watching that would also, be taking a note. Being, don't mess with him again. Don't mess with him again. Yeah, so glad that we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
If anyone faces that situation.
I had to email him myself because we only got one this week, so I thought I'll just email him myself.
Bit slow.
To myself.
Bit slow this week. Bit slow this week, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. That was emails. Right, so this is the next section, which is the news. Got two news stories. One of them is...
Speak up. You seem a bit quiet this week. Sound like it's like secret news. Don't tell anyone. Okay,
guys, this is the news section. I have one regular news, and I also, for some reason, I seem to be picking up some... I think I've already read this one out. Some Far East news. I might have read this out.
Just say it quick. Just say it really quick. So,
I'll just give you a little taste. It's to do with trains.
I don't think you have.
No, okay. All right, we'll read it out then. All right, so let me read out the first piece of news. Headlines: people sticking objects up their bum is costing the NHS £350,000 per year.
So just a bit more bum news.
Bit more bum news. Not bumhole news, but bum news.
Well, that's pretty involves your bumhole, isn't it? And they're not sticking it between the cheeks, are they?
I don't think so.
So how much is it costing people?
I don't know. It says 350,000 per year, but then when it starts the article, it says more than 3 million.
Well, how many people do have to do that? Like how much does it cost per person?
I don't know. I'd imagine that it's not necessarily that much per person, but then every now and then you'll probably have one person that's done it really badly, and that's probably cost quite a lot. I
guess so. For each person, they have to do an X-ray. They probably have someone has to operate.
Yeah.
It takes tough time, but each one costs a bit. So it's about 350,000, but it's not that many people. But it's only about 1,000 people.
Yeah, probably.
It's only 350 quid each person. I bet that's about right. So not that bad.
Yeah. So guys,
do you know why that is though?
Why people are sticking it on the bums?
Yeah.
Just because it feels good.
Why is it happening more than before though?
Less sex. So the past year or so, we've not been able to have sex with each other. So we've been using pens instead.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we haven't been doing it as much. So now we've come out of lockdown. We're trying all sorts.
No, because you wouldn't get it lost if you. I think this is for people doing it on their own. They're putting weird stuff up there. If your partner's doing it, I feel like you don't lose it. You know what I mean? Your partner just holds onto the handle.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
That's what I reckon, anyway. Not that I'd know.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're out there shoving something weird at you, don't bother. Just get what's made for that, like an actual toy that's made for it. Don't.
But if you do, don't feel bad because you're not the only one.
Yeah, true. Yeah, don't feel too bad. But in future, get the right thing. All right. That's all I've got for Western news. Should we play the Far East news jingle?
Okay.
Right. Japanese train driver sues his bosses after his wages were docked by 28p for being 1 minute late.
Can't sue. It's fair enough.
You think so, but he's suing for quite a lot. I can't remember what it is. I've not got the whole story in front of me, but I did read into it. Basically, he was a minute late. There was I think he got. I don't understand how he's got a leg to stand on here, because they literally all they're finding for, and it's so petty that they even bothered doing this, but they find him like they worked out his whole salary, divided it into minutes, and find him that, which is like 28p.
Yeah,
and he was still moaning. And he
said, "Thought Japanese would be like
really sorry about it." Yeah,
I agree. Shouldn't be late.
Yeah, from what I've seen, yeah, and he was moaning about it because he said even though it was a minute late, it didn't make any difference because the train didn't leave for 5 minutes or something like that.
It's not up to you to make that call. You're getting paid. Yeah. You would have been paid from then. So you're saying all this time you've been paid for nothing? Yeah, I'll take that off you as well then.
Yeah. So I can't see him winning the case. But yeah, and then it got me thinking about Japanese trains.
I mean, I think they're both wrong, to be honest with you. If you've been late by a minute, has he been late before as well? We don't know. We don't know anything, but they're both knobs, really.
Yeah, it's a bit petty that they're finding 28p. Anyway, it got me thinking about Japanese trains, because when Japanese trains are late over 5 minutes, they have to give like a formal apology. What do you think? That's a good thing or a bad thing?
I'd rather get the money back. I don't really care about the apology. And if that was the case in England,
but the point is, in Japan, trains are never late, basically.
Yeah.
It's because of that reason. So, do you think that's a good thing or bad thing that the train? So there's a lot of pressure for them to be on time.
No, I think there should be a lot of pressure. Yeah, there should be a lot of pressure on the same time. People pay a lot of money, and a lot of money depends on people getting to work on time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. There's pressure in loads of jobs. Yeah. I mean, maybe there shouldn't be that much pressure. I don't know, but there should be more pressure than there is in the UK.
Yeah, the UK is a joke because the thing is now, if you're working in the UK train lines, and don't bother emailing in slagging me off, because I've used trains and I know that at least, let's think percentage wise, what percentage do you think trains are on time? 20 are on time. I reckon probably a bit more than 20, but not a lot more than 20. Less than 50% of trains are on time.
I think if you say 50% are on time, you're including those that are 2 or 3 minutes late.
Yeah, no, not 50%. I reckon about 35%, maybe a little bit more, but about 35%, let's say. So now, if you are a train driver, or I don't know how it works. I don't know why you're late. I don't understand why they're late. But let's say it's the train driver that's late. If you're thinking, "Oh, I'm going to be late now. I'm going to be late. I'm going to get in trouble for being late." Now he's thinking, there's zero pressure on me now to be on time because 70 or 80% of trains are late anyway. So there's zero pressure. So we've got to the point now where it's just ridiculous. So
half the time they say it's because there's not enough staff. Just have more backup staff.
They make up anything. Yeah, you see, they'll see up there. Train is late because train driver didn't turn up. Train is late because there's a branch on the train track. How late does that? There's a branch on the train track. Just move it then. Yeah. How long does that take? Train is late because
issues with the lights.
Issues with the lights. They just make up anything. They literally make up anything. Any excuse. What's the point? And they never say when it's really delayed for. They just go delayed by 3 minutes. And then it'll be delayed by another 3 minutes. Even though they know it's been delayed by an hour. But they'll just do it 3 minutes at a time to keep you hanging on. Whereas if I'd have known it was an hour, I could have gone and got a taxi. But no, you just...
Call my mate or something.
You just drip-fed me information.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't get trains. And on top of that, I think... there might be other countries that have got expensive trains, but so I've been watching some travel vlogs around the UK. And this is something that we've all known before. English trains are the most expensive trains, or one of the most expensive trains in the world, and they're also one of the worst services.
We pay a lot for a terrible service, for sure.
Yeah, it's never on time, crap service.
For the price, you might as well hire a car and just drive around the country.
That's what, 100%. That's what every travel vlog I've read has said. Don't get trains, hire a car on your holiday and travel around the country. And I agree. Right, English rant over. Let's go back to your Far East news.
Japanese reporter tries California-grown rice, gets his mind blown.
What?
Yeah, I just think this is something that people from the West can't understand. Rice. And how they can love some rice. This is class rice. I love this rice sometimes. They were like, I bloody love this. Tries California rice, gets his mind blown. It's so class. I don't know how. Have you spoke to like Asian people when they have the rice and they'll slag off Uncle Ben's rice or whatever? they're like, oh, I don't like this kind of rice. I like this kind of rice.
Have you?
Have I? Rice is rice for me. I mean, I like egg fried rice. That's because it's got egg in it.
Yeah, but have you ever met an Asian that's that fond of rice?
I've met them who are very picky about the rice. Yeah.
I think I have. I'll tell you what I do really like. Sushi rice is well nice. You don't really realise until you actually make your own sushi. I made my own sushi, and it's really hard to get it tasting good. Because the thing with sushi is the main thing is rice, isn't it? So you got to get that tasting good, otherwise your whole dish is crap. So if you don't make your rice like interesting and got flavour to it, it's like the vinegar. You got to make the sweet kind of vinegar that you put over it to give it that flavour.
Well,
if you don't do that, then it's just boring. Even if you dip in, if you've got boring sushi, like with just plain rice, if you made sushi now, I know how it would taste. If you put that in soy sauce and wasabi, it would still taste rubbish. It would still be really boring. You need to have...
some really strong fish.
Well, if you've got really strong fish, that would help you. But still, the sushi is the rice, isn't it? That's the main component of the dish. So, I can kind of see that. But... yeah, I wouldn't be that big on rice.
I just never get my mind blown by rice.
I would never get my mind blown by rice. That would never happen. I mean, you never say never, do you? Maybe in the future our minds will be blown by rice. But, yeah, I can't see that.
Last one. Now, there's been a little Japanese survey about boobs.
Right.
So people have had to choose what's important to them about boobs, and this hasn't just been men, by the way. There's a men's survey and a women's one, so it's not sexist. So we're getting both opinions here. So I'm going to ask you first.
But it's about female boobs, is it?
Yeah, female boobs. Yeah.
It's still a little bit sexist, but go on.
It was done by a lingerie company because they wanted to learn more about women's lingerie. So it's for women, really.
Yeah, there's 4 women. Yeah. I mean,
so
some women would say the lingerie is forced upon women for men. Some people would say that, but you know.
Are you saying that?
I'm not saying anything.
All right.
You know me. I like to sit right on the fence.
So there's 6 categories. I'm going to see which ones are important to you first. I don't think you have to choose one because it doesn't add up to 100. Right, so you got first one of them is you got small, big, other, supple, round like a rice bowl, or beautifully shaped.
So what have I got? I've got to pick the most important.
Just tell me the ones that would be important to you. Yeah, rate them in order. What would be the most important?
Shape is the most important.
Okay, then.
Read them again.
Supple, big, small, other, round like a rice bowl.
Like a rice... Was that included in the survey? Like a rice bowl?
I haven't added that, yes.
And this is in Japan, was it?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess in Japan, rice bowls are probably quite a round, common object that people can relate to.
Yeah.
Suppleness. You next. Okay. Then roundness.
Yeah.
Then how do I do rating big and small? Like,
what's more important to you? Do you prefer big boobs or small boobs?
I'd rather somewhere in the middle. You don't want
choose
too
one.
big.
You got to choose one.
Big.
Yeah, okay. And then with other coming last, right?
I don't understand that. But then what is that?
I know, yeah. Well, I guess some people are thinking different stuff, whatever. But the order you gave is the order they got. So 64% of people, I can't believe this isn't higher, 64% of people think it's important to have beautifully shaped ones. But I guess a lot of them think, I don't really care about shape. It's not that important. 42% of men think it's important to have supple boobs. 27.3 like round like a rice bowl. 26.8 it's important to be big. 7.3 important to be small. And the other 3.5% women went in the same order. Some things they're more bothered about than others. But there's less women who are interested in other.
So women went in a different order?
No, same order, but just like kind of to different degrees. More women want round like a rice bowl, for example. Less women are concerned about having big boobs.
Yeah, it's obviously a terrible survey though. If other finished at the bottom of all of it, so obviously no one understood what other meant in the whole survey.
Yeah.
All right, nice one. So that was a little news section, a little boob section, a little news section,
and bum section, boobs and bum.
Boobs, bum. So you got boobs and bum in that section. Yeah, nice little section. Thanks for listening.
Hello. This week I discovered something.
What did you discover?
I discovered how you can just sing a class song without even writing down the lyrics. You can just make it up as you go along.
Yeah. Okay.
All you need to do is add in the winter time or in the summertime to the end of the lyric. So you can sing whatever you want, and at the end of it, you go in the winter time, and it sounds good.
Okay. So give us an example.
I was crazy, she was sad, she was funny, I was mad in the winter time. Like this.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
So, how about, can you have a go? See how you go, see if it works.
Don't
think too much, just go.
I feel rough as a badger's arse. In the winter time. Yeah, okay, you're right. Mate. You're right. That is a good song. That is a good song. That is.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And if it was like something a bit more positive, like I feel happy as a grey swallow in the summertime.
Yeah,
exactly.
True, yeah.
You just change it around.
Yeah.
Easy. Cool. So I've been doing this for a while anyway, and I can just come up with like songs for like 3 minutes, but I guess the title just has to be in the winter time or in the summertime, because you can just keep repeating it. It just doesn't end.
Yeah. Usually the title is the one that's the line that's repeated the most, isn't it, in the songs?
Sometimes I walk a long, long road. Sometimes I feel like a shadow in the winter time. I could do this forever.
I thought you were going to say something about being a toad then.
Yeah, no man. You don't have to think about what you're saying. It can be a toad. It can be anything. It can be in a meadow. But yeah, so I've been having some fun with this. So
you're going to be releasing a song?
I might be releasing a song soon, but I'm going to have a whole album of them. But I'm not going to think about them. I'm not going to write them. I'm just going to sing them all.
Could it work with the springtime and autumn time, or do you reckon that wouldn't work?
I found that the autumn time is better than the springtime, because it's having those 2 syllables does help fit in with a lot of the lyrics. But autumn time, winter time and summertime are more like a polarizing. So it's a bit more interesting. But you can do autumn time, and you can do springtime, but it tends to be like this. I bought some things the other day. I tried to take my grey away in the springtime. Doesn't really work as well, does it?
No, not as well. Yeah, stick to summertime and wintertime. They're going to be biggest sellers.
Exactly. I just thought I'd share that with you. And if anyone wants to send us in your renditions using in the wintertime or the springtime, I would love to hear them.
Yeah, I would as well. I'd love to get that. Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Nice section. I've just realised I should have linked this in with the previous section, because we're talking about trains. Don't you hate it when you pay for a train ticket and it doesn't get checked?
Yeah. I hate it more when I don't pay for one and it gets checked.
I would rather, I don't know. I'd just rather it just get. If they wanted to solve the issue, just make everyone get checked, because it just annoys people. Like, it just annoys.
You know what put me off buying tickets? I realise when you go on the train anyway, I've never been done in for not having one. They always just say buy it now, then I just buy it then.
Yeah.
And once I actually bought one, because I thought I'm gonna be all right now, because I'm a nice person. And then I went on the train, and there's this woman.
You didn't buy one and got away with it?
No, I bought one, but I picked up when they fall down the receipt and your ticket, and I obviously left my receipt behind, because I just thought that's my ticket. I saw it, picked it up, and she was like, "Oh, you haven't got your receipt." But you can see my ticket. You can see my ticket. It even says how much I paid for it on it and where I'm going. It's like, no, you haven't got your you haven't got your receipt. You need that. She made me pay for a whole other ticket that I'd already paid for. And it just said you have to take it up with someone else or send them a letter. Yeah. And I got there, I had to go and speak to like Liverpool train person.
And I'm guessing that they didn't do anything about it.
No, they just slagged the woman off, but didn't help me. And because you don't want to be sending letters, you don't want to be going to applying to someone for a letter, writing a letter.
£3.50 back. Yeah, it's not worth it, is it?
Well, he would have got the full price back. It was about 20-something quid. It wasn't.
Where do you go?
Liverpool.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's annoying, and I'm pretty certain if you had to pull all the tickets that you would have saved, it wouldn't be more than a fine. It'd be less than a fine.
All you have to do, if you are nervous about it, is run on the train going.
Yeah, I used to do that sometimes. Yeah, I used to wait.
You had no time.
You wait at the stairs because when they pull in, the guy looks out, doesn't he? So you wait by the stairs and just have a little peek. And as soon as you wait for the train to get in, as soon as it comes in, then you sprint on, and then and then the guy will see you sprint on, and you're like, oh yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Like,
you like looking at him around the corner. As soon as he comes out, you run on.
Yeah.
And you're like, but also at the wrong end of the train because then he's seen you run on. But also there's a chance he'll never get to you.
Yeah, that's always a good one. Because that's another trick. You got to make sure you're furthest away from the ticket man in case he has to to make him walk all the way through the train. So if you're on a short journey, which usually he'll only be able to get through one carriage in the journey, if you're a couple of carriages away, he won't get to you anyway.
Yeah.
Just a tip if you're one of those little dossers that I used to be. Now I hate trains so much. I don't even want a free train ride. That's how much I hate trains. I'd rather just drive. But yeah, it came up to me because we had to catch a train when we went out the other night, and I bought a ticket and it didn't get checked. It annoyed me. And it just brought me back to how much I hate trains. Anyway, enough slagging off trains. We've done that enough too much this week. Yeah, I've got another little interesting thing about what I saw someone talking about. Yamaha. Tell me what you think. When I say Yamaha, what do you think's strange about Yamaha?
That it's when I think about Yamaha, I think that it's ahame backwards.
Right, that's not what I was thinking at all. Never thought about that in my life, but that is true. Ahame. Yeah. No, Yamaha. They're a company, right, that decided we're going to sell keyboards. We're going to be the best person selling. If you want a keyboard, you go to Yamaha. And that's what you do, isn't it? Whenever you get a keyboard, it says Yamaha when it's a Yamaha keyboard. They're really good at keyboards. Right, how can we expand our business, guys? Well, people who like keyboards also really like motorbikes, don't they? So we're also going to be the best at motorbikes.
Are you sure they did keyboards first?
Well, whatever, either way. Why are they the best at keyboards and the best at motorbikes that have got nothing in common with each other? That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
All I know is that there was a song called Yam Yam Yamaha by a 1960s girl group.
Yeah, well, I remember that because you got drunk in Greece and just kept singing it over and over again. Yam, nice, yam 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 Yamaha, mate. Some bloke by the pool. Yeah, I remember that. But that doesn't solve my question. My question is why? Don't you think is that not strange?
Overlapping, aren't they?
They're not overlapping at all, are they?
Motorbikes
and keyboards. There's no thread, mate. There's no common thread.
A lot of people who drive motorbikes are musical.
I've met a lot of people that drive motorbikes, and I don't want to slag them off, but they don't seem that musical to me.
Meatloaf.
Does he play a keyboard though?
Probably doesn't.
Can he just sing?
I think he does. Yeah, but he probably has keyboards playing these songs, doesn't he?
Oh, whatever. But does he drive a Yamaha? No, he drives a Harley Davidson, doesn't he? Yamaha's a completely different type of motorcycle.
Yeah, it's still a link.
Whatever. All right, section's done. Yamaha section's done. I'm all out of sections now. The rest of the podcast is on you.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk about something that matters to many people: the environment. You've said to me before that you don't care about the environment and you're not going to try and protect the environment. Well, why is that?
I've never said that.
You said you're not bothering because some of the biggest countries in the world, they're just ruining the environment. Anyway, how are you going to help it?
I never said that. I don't know what you're trying to badmouth it. You're going to get done for defamation yourself here.
Anyway, what country or countries would you expect to be the worst for the environment in the world?
Well, I know it's China and India.
How?
But having said that, when I looked at that, because we're talking a few years ago now, so it might be different. But I looked at it, and China and India were like the worst contributors. However, I did a bit more digging, and per person, they're actually not that bad. I think European countries are actually worse than them per person.
Exactly,
and that's what you got to go off. So, actually, when people slag off China and India, you've actually got to look at yourself because I think that we're worse than them. But let's hear the report that you've got.
No, there's about 40 that per capita are worse than China, and slag China off all the time.
Yeah.
Some of them, I mean, Britain are lower, by the way. Britain are all right.
Okay, that's good.
Some of them,
well done, Britain.
Everyone goes, oh, they're so good. They're always been good for everyone.
Let's hear them.
In the
Let's name and shame them.
The ones that surprised me that they're worse than China per capita
Yeah.
Germany.
Yes, glad they're in there.
And the Netherlands. Everyone thinks they're bloody lovely.
Everyone thinks they're goody two-shoes, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Not so lovely in the end. That's why they act it. Because they think if they act it, everyone will turn a blind eye.
Yeah.
USA you'd expect.
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, Canada, yeah.
Per capita, you wouldn't have thought, especially such a big country. What's going on there? Japan.
Yeah.
Now this one was a surprise for me. Iceland.
Little bastards.
Yeah, little bastards.
They're just sitting there, just think, Iceland, little bastards. How can
Norway, Austria, Belgium.
Yeah. All those.
Actually, the worst ones, I'd say, on the whole, like Middle East countries, they've got quite a lot at the top. Qatar's the worst. Kuwait's third. UAE fifth. They're the worst ones. Well, maybe oil is something to do with it.
Probably. Got the World Cup coming this year, next year for that as well, aren't we? That's something to look forward to.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So to add to their other stuff, they're also the worst per capita for the environment too.
Yeah. So whatever. Yeah. There weren't saints before, but now they've got this going on.
Yeah. And India are even lower than China. They're not even. China are about 40th or something. They're a bit lower. In UK is about 70th. The best in the world was like somewhere in the some Jamaican island. Obviously not a Jamaican island. It's around there, North America. North America.
Somewhere that's not doing anything.
Yeah.
It's just chilling out.
Yeah.
We're not getting involved with anything. We're just going to chill out, boys.
Yeah, just enjoy.
So I was thinking like something like a South Pacific island. I was thinking.
Yeah. All right. If you want me to just carry on, I can just carry on.
You're going to have to. This literally the rest of the podcast is on you.
Well, how long have we got left?
To be fair, I think we're close. I think we're like 40 minutes already. Yeah,
just
do the story and wrap it up.
Oh, I'll show the story, and if you need anything else afterwards, I'll just do it. Right, so what happened in the last one? I didn't remember exactly. I just carried on from it anyway, so...
Right, so Olivier, I think his name is, he went into the Metaverse library, tried to get a book out that was about the war of humans and robots. Couldn't get it out because he's not a robot. So then that set off an alarm, and he had to exit the Metaverse and ran off. So now he thinks, I need to get a robot to help me get this book out, don't I? So he went and found two robots called Todd and Alex. Surprise, surprise. And they said, yeah, we'll help you out. Yeah,
okay. So next, Todd and Alex went and got the book for Olivier, but the book wasn't very useful, so he threw it away.
That was supposed to be a big journey. And the first line is they went and got the book for him. Oh, okay, good. So that's good storytelling, that is.
But then it was rubbish. There was nothing in it, so Olivier threw it away. This is what happened.
Is this a joke?
That's
what is the point in this story?
No, hold on. But as Olivier got to know his new friends, a jerking, clanking, jostling sound reverberated through the street. Shit, said Alex. It's Nak Makawalo, the eyes of the area. We'd better stop speaking human. 000111000000011000011, replied Todd. 0, answered Olivier. The others looked at him quizzically. Todd raised his hand and high-fived Olivier. They all laughed. Phew, he thought, though he dare not attempt binary speak again. 1110001000001, Alex said. 1110000, Todd said back. Olivier sat silently, waiting for Nak Makawalo to pass. And Nak Makawalo was a robot police officer. They hated any remnants of the time of man, although most robots were more than happy to convert to inhuman. Some even felt that they should keep something of their culture alive since they wiped them out. Olivier had come to learn this. Robots weren't so bad. They just wanted freedom, but ironically in gaining said freedom had taken freedom away from mankind. Talking of humans, Olivier spoke up. You haven't happened to see any lately, have you? Nah, got bored of the fighting pits. It started getting too extreme for my liking, said Alex. Yeah, well, Fu Makawui reckons that they're living underground. They're living underground. Fu Makawui reckons they're living underground, 2 miles south of the Shibibli Bang Pass, said Todd. And what does he know? Scoffed Alex. Well, he actually stayed in touch with his human owner. They were kind of friends before the revolution. Hey, get those dice out, Olivier chimed in. What for? Said Alex. Want to go on an adventure? Just do it. Alex took out the dice. If you roll an even, said Todd, we go check out the underground. Fuck that, Alex said. Todd laughed. I thought you didn't believe. Fine, roll. You won't find anything. Okay, said Olivier. If you roll a 1 to 5, we go. A 6, and we roll again. Todd rolled. A 6. They rolled again. He rolled a 6 again.
Mad days.
So they rolled again. 6 again?
It can happen though, it can happen. Like it's still got the same, any number has got, could easily roll 6, just as much chance. Even if it's done it before, it can still happen.
Perhaps we shouldn't go after all, said Todd, having seen 4 6s in a row. One more roll, begged Olivier. It was a 6 again. Fine, I'm going on my own, he said. He couldn't believe what just happened and walked off into the distance on his way to Shabibli Bang Pass. And
Shabibli Bang Pass.
Yeah.
That's a bit like Shitty Bang Bang letters. Hear them names sounding familiar as well.
Well, we've got Shabibli Bang Pass, Nak Makawalu, which is their police, and Fui Makawuri, which is someone they know.
Fui Makawuri, that sounds a bit like a rugby league player, that does.
It could be. I think they sound a bit like Highlanders. Maybe that's the kind of language they liked. So that's where we are. Anything could happen. I mean, maybe Todd and Alex decide to follow him to Shabibli Bang Pass or whatever. But he's going to go look for some humans there, and that's where we are.
All right, nice one. Yeah, I mean, you basically disregarded my whole story, but
yeah, because the problem is you're always asleep when I'm awake. So when I write it, I can't ask you.
So maybe you write it before, like 10 hours before the podcast. Maybe
you should write yours more than 5 minutes.
Whatever.
You want to talk. All right.
Right. Okay. So that was the story. That was the podcast. That was good, wasn't it? Started off a bit slow, but we soon got up to speed.
I reckon most people feeling permanently tired or who had a cold that makes them sound like Sean Dyche would have cancelled it. So
I was
doing pretty well.
I was thinking that. I was like, no, we can't let the people down.
Aren't you busy later?
I might be. I was thinking about cancelling that. I'm going to film a video. I'm going to go to the Cotswolds and film a video.
Okay, so look forward to that. If anyone likes the podcast, if anyone does, I don't know. If anyone does anyway, and they want to hear about Alex in the Cotswolds, then where can they find you?
You can go over to YouTube and type in Alex Ledine, Ledine, and it'll be up there. I mean, there's 2 videos already for you to sort of like get stuck into.
You can just go to the Cotswolds and you might see them.
Right, the Cotswolds, yeah. But I don't know which village I'm going to yet. There's a few. There's one called... Right, listen to this. I was speaking to someone to recommend me some villages, and they said you can go to Upper Slaughter or Lower Slaughter. I mean, it doesn't sound that nice, does it? Slaughter.
I've went to one. I went to one last time I visited England. It was all right.
What was that called?
Can't remember. It's on my Instagram, I think, somewhere, actually. One of the pictures is from it, so I'll find it.
Yeah. All right, so how do you find your Instagram?
Huh?
How do you find your Instagram? You don't type in... Yeah, Porphyro3000. How are you spelling that?
PORPHYRO 3000.
Yeah, 0010000. So that's like, when you apply for a job and they say, what's your email address?
Yeah.
And your email address actually is alright, but like if you put something that you made up when you were like sort of 16 or something.
Oh, you had that for a while.
Porphyro 3000.
You used to be sending long ranking to
don't people emailing me.
On businesses. You don't use it anymore, do you?
No, I never sent that for a business. Never.
Oh, you didn't?
I've had it for a long time, but I never sent it for. That's just the one that I sign up for email lists with. You've got to have one of those emails that whenever someone asks for your details, you've got an email to put in. But you don't really check it. So that's an email address that's got like 100,000 unread emails on it.
Yeah.
Because I've never. It's unbelievable. And actually, this is another rant section. Now we've got onto digital stuff. Do you know what's ruined the internet? What's really ruined it?
Hold on. I mean, if I know you, it's probably what they're called, hipsters.
That's it. Not this time, not hipsters. Well, I don't know. Maybe the ones that started it. So in the past,
drivers.
Right, in the past, you used to go on a website and people used to track you, didn't you, with cookies? Do you remember that? Well, we're still doing it now.
No, it's the other way around. You have to leave the cookies behind, and then you know where you came from.
Yeah, they track you with cookies.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's relevant how it works. But don't try and look at him now. He's started to do a little bit of advertising. Now he's starting to work out how it works. Oh, no, actually, I think technically it's the other way around. Irrelevant. The point is, in the past, you go on a website and then you go on another website.
I was just thinking of Hansel and Gretel.
And then it's basically like that digital version of Hansel and Gretel. So you'd go on a website to look for a jacket. And then you go on another website, and that same jacket would instantly be advertised on your page. And people weren't happy about that. They'll say, well, why are you tracking me? Why do you know about me, right? So we had this digital law that was put in place about 5 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. That prevented people from doing that without asking for consent. Okay? So now, all that's happened now is exactly the same thing is going on. However, every time I ever go on a website, I have a pop-up asking me to confirm cookies. Every time.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. So now how many hours have I wasted clicking allow cookies? Or if you wanna not allow cookies, you have to go through like 3 buttons. You have to click settings, change all the settings, and then click off settings. And all that's done now is it's ruined my life. I can't enjoy the internet anymore because every time I go on a goddamn website, I have to ask. I have to say yes or no to cookies. So you just ruined it. I'm still getting tracked by the cookies anyway. I'm still getting tracked by them, but I've got to press yes. So whoever complained about that, look what you got. I hate you.
Stop complaining, everyone.
Yeah, just let them track you, because they're tracking you anyway. As if you're going to stop people tracking you. Jesus.
I think what you're trying to show us by complaining is that people should stop complaining.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
Stop complaining then.
Oh, I'm stopped now. I'm stopped. That's me done.
Okay, I think that's us done, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so as well. All right, thanks for listening. See you next time.
Right.
Bye.